Hello, welcome back to my channel. In my previous video, I have briefed you about the nursing process. In this video, I'll explain to you about the important phase, that is the assessment phase in the nursing process. Nursing assessment is the gathering of information about a patient's physical, physiological, psychological, sociological, and spiritual status by a licensed registered nurse. As mentioned previously, the types of data are the subjective data, or otherwise termed as symptoms, and objective data are otherwise termed as signs. Subjective data are collected by interviewing the patient or the family members and the caregivers. And the objective data are detectable by an observer and can be tested by using an accepted standard. The purposes of the assessment are to gather the data, confirm or refute data obtained in the health history, to identify the nursing diagnosis, to make clinical judgments about the client's changing health status, and to evaluate the biopsychosocial and spiritual outcome of the care. The approaches to the data collection are the comprehensive database, or it is obtained at the onset of care on admission to a hospital. An episodic or problem focused assessment is when a problem of limited scope is identified, which includes the history and examination related to one problem, example, a minor injury or upper respiratory tract infection. The follow-up assessment is to evaluate the status of previously identified problems, and the emergency database is obtained by rapid specific questioning of the patient while performing the assessment, and also when we are maintaining the vital functions. The subjective data can be collected by interviewing the patient and the significant family members or the caregivers, wherein we collect the history about the present complaint and the nature of symptoms. For example, the patient comes with the history of chest pain. So, when we take the history of the chest pain, specific open-ended questions could be whether the pain is localized or whether it is radiating, and how frequent the pain is, what is the duration, and by what is the pain relieved, whether it is by the change of position or with any particular medication. Then, in the health history, one may ask questions, significant questions like previous history of diabetes or hypertension. In the family history, we could check whether the patient, any of the family members, have history of angina pectoris or myocardial infarction or any other hereditary diseases. Social history could be in relation to the type of the diet and also the perception of the illness. In the perception of the illness, one can check whether the patient has knowledge about the history of chest pain, which could be related to angina pectoris or myocardial infarction, or whether he has perceived pain in a different manner. The next important phase of the very important, I can say, is the physical assessment, or it is the objective data. The physical assessment is an organized, systematic process of collecting objective data based upon a health history and head to toe or general systems examination. It can be complete physical assessment, an assessment of a body system, and an assessment of a body part. The basic techniques of physical assessment are inspection, wherein we do the physical examination of a part or region of the body. Generally, visible characteristics of the body parts are being observed. Next is palpation, which is done by the examination of the body through the use of the touch. It could be a light palpation or deep palpation to check with the masses, pulsations, organ enlargement, tenderness, pain, or swelling in the particular area. Percussion is an assessment technique involving the production of sound with the help of tapping the body part with one or two fingers. The sounds and vibrations produced are evaluated related to the underlying structures. Auscultation is listening to the sounds which is produced by the body to assess the normal conditions and deviations from the normal with the help of a stethoscope. It is helpful in evaluating the sounds of the heart, lungs, abdomen, and the vascular system. Now we go to the head to toe assessment. Head to toe assessment refers to a physical examination or health assessment, and it becomes one of the important component of understanding a patient's needs and problems. The primary goal of standard precautions is to prevent the exchange of blood and body fluids and includes hand hygiene, use of personal protective equipment, and safe handling and cleaning of potentially contaminated equipment or surfaces. The equipments that are needed are gloves, thermometer, blood pressure cuff, watch, scale, head height wall ruler, tape measure, pen light, stethoscope, otoscope, ophthalmoscope, reflex hammer, tongue depressor, sterile sharp object, sterile soft object, and something for the patient to smell like an alcohol swab. When we begin with an assessment, we make sure that we build a rapport with the patient. A good communication needs to be established and pay close attention to non-verbal cues from the patient, particularly when the patient has discomfort or is in pain. Make sure that the patient is comfortable and properly draped. The nurse must introduce herself or themselves to the patient and verify that they are with the correct patient and explain what they'll be doing. Do a review of paperwork and relationship before the physical assessment. Check with the patient's preference about undressing for the assessment, and also the patient may prefer to have another person in the room for the examination for the sake of their comfort. And this could be the sequence for the head to toe assessment, that is the general status, which includes the vital signs, that's the heart rate, blood pressure, temperature, pulse oximetry, respiratory rate, and the assessment of pain, may be using an universal pain assessment scale. When we check with the head, ears, nose, and eyes and throat, observe for the color of lips and moistness, inspect the teeth and gums for any bleeding or abnormalities, assess the buccal mucosa and palate, examine the tongue, uvula, tonsils, presence or absence of tonsils should be assessed for, palpate the nose and assess symmetry, check the septum and inside nostrils, verify the patency of nares, check the patient's sense of smell, palpate the sinuses, assess the patient's hearing with the whisper test and using the tuning fork. You check for the hearing loss, that is by doing the Weber's test and the Rene's test. Look inside the ear for and assess for any ear discharge and tympanic membrane. Check the conjunctiva and the sclera. Assess eye symmetry, PERRLA, which depicts the pupils are equal, round, reactive to light, and accommodation in order to ascertain that the patient has a good vision. Check for the vision with using a Snellen's chart. Check 6 cardinal positions of the gaze. That means the movement of the eyeball towards the upward, or check for the upward movement. Second is the downward and outward movement. Third is the outward movement. Then inward movement, upward and outward movement. And last is the downward movement. When you look at the neck, or you can check for or palpate for the presence of the lymph nodes, whether it is painful or painless. Observe and palpate the trachea and the neck to check for the midline shift. Check for jugular venous distension. Check the neck range of motion and check the shoulder shrug with resistance. In the respiratory assessment, you do listen to the lung sounds, front and back, and that is anterior and posterior, assess the respiratory expansion level, ask about coughing, history of coughing, whether there is a dry cough present, or if there is cough with the sputum, the color and the nature, and palpate the thorax and check for any pain or abnormalities. Cardiac assessment can be done by palpating the carotid and the temporal pulses bilaterally and listen to the heartbeat. Abdomen, inspect the abdomen, listen to 4 quadrants of abdomen for bubble sounds, palpate all the 4 quadrants of abdomen for pain and tenderness, ask about problems with bowel or bladder. Check the pulses in arms, legs, feet, including the radial, femoral, posterior tibial, and dorsalis pedis. When you check with the extremities, you assess for the range of motion and strength in arms, legs, and ankles. Assess sharp and dull sensation on arms and legs. Check capillary refill on fingernails and toenails. Check the skin turgor, check for lesions, abrasions, rashes, check for tenderness, lumps, lesions, check if patient is pale, clammy, dry, cold, hot and flushed. And in the neurological assessment, you check whether the patient is oriented to time, place and person, assess for the gait, check coordination of movements, assess the reflexes and check the Glasgow Coma Scale score to check for the level of consciousness. So after completing the history and the physical examination, the nurse clusters and analyzes the data to develop a list of nursing diagnoses and collaborative problems. In my next video, I'll explain about the nursing diagnosis. If you have any questions or suggestions, please comment down below, and thank you.